All right, so welcome everybody. Today we are talking about Intelligent Primes Capital. That's the future of fintech and forex trading. As we all know, we are all crypto enthusiasts. You know that, and we are using this as a cash flow system to move back into our crypto and at the same time build wealth. And that's what I'm going to show you how to build well with it, and then how we're going to do it when we get to our members area in the crypto aspect of it, and something that we're going to use using compound interest. Because I've discovered in my years of building wealth that compound interest is the secret to creating wealth for average folks. Like me, I know that most of us in this call are not average folks like me, who have a very poor background. I come from a very humble background and I build wealth from ground floor up. So I understand what compound interest has done for me. So I want to show you that using the forex strategy, and at the same time talk to us. Then when we get to our members area, we'll now define on how you want to use that in the crypto aspect and in building wealth too with this system. So you're welcome today. So stick to the end, because I'm going to explain that in the end. But now, what are we talking about? What we're talking about is this forex company. And now, before I continue, I just want to say something. Whatever I want to say here today is not a financial advice. It's just my own way of my own research, or what we have found that is good for you. There's something that I don't like that people will always stop when we present something to them. They begin to talk about something. Oh, what if this? What if this? One thing that people always talk about is that what if it fails? What if it won't last every time? Remember, guys, that what you focus on expands. Most people's mindset are so programmed to be poor. And I don't know why. That's when something great happens, or when things happen, they will just, they will not vocalize, the outcome will be disastrous, this, that. Because if you don't take risks, forget about it, you can't be wealthy. If you are afraid of taking risk, forget it. And that's why, having said that, I want you to know that you don't have to invest money that you can't sleep at night. All your mind will not be thinking about the money. What if it got, what if this? No, we are showing you something that we believe in. We've invested into it. I've invested heavily on it, and because I've seen the potentials in it. And whatever I'm talking here is based on research, and it's not a financial advice. So we need to change our mindset. We need to work our mindset to a time that we begin to give credit to people who have done something right. Maybe to the creators of the system, how they just being so generous, come up with something so special like this in the industry that we all know. So that's why we're talking to you. So please, whatever we're saying, even the more we're going deeper, showing you things, doesn't mean we are giving you financial advice. It's for you to know that. So having said that, let's continue. So the world's largest financial market is forex. It has been there before we all were born. They have been trading forex before any of us were born here. We were born and we had forex. And it's hard to see anyone who have put hands into businesses that want to, because there are 4 levels of wealth, and one of the levels is wealth accumulation. If you are in the field of trying to accumulate wealth, in one way or the other, you must have encountered forex. You must have been in forex because they told us that, we need to get this. All we are looking for, how do we multiply money? And we move into forex. And when you get into forex, you can get into personal trading. Most of us have done that. If I would get into personal trading, I've done personal trading myself in forex. I've made money, I lose money. But I think I lost more. And then we just come to a point that we move to the second aspect of it when they talk about copy trading. That's when they say, because you lose, you are not an expert. There are people who understand fundamentals, technical and sentimental analysis. They know these things. They are chartists. They can read the market. They can read the trends and then we copy them. At times you create an account. Then the expert will create an account and link your account to his own account. Whatever he trades in your account, it will reflect in your own account without him opening your account. So when you not trade like that, you make money and you send him commissions. We've done that. And then we've moved to a point, even to a point some people have done, which I didn't do that by giving companies money to trade for you on Forex. I've not done that, but at least in my starting, I've done that for crypto, but I've not done that in Forex because I was like, if I could not make money, I've done the copy trading, it didn't work. So what's, let me just forget about it and move on. And then now, but there is a new way now. I said I read an article, it's a video on TED platform where someone was talking about the artificial intelligence, the age of artificial intelligence, where artificial intelligence will be doing a whole lot of things for mankind, to a point where they will even be trading forex and crypto for people. And they will get more accuracy. Yes, it's created by man, but it's more smarter than man when it comes to how fast it can do things. And then when I saw that, I was reading that he was just talking about how you can be trading forex and every other thing. Wow, that means you need to have a good platform and a good robot to be able to trade. And he said that winning rate may be 100% because they know how to calculate the market more than human. And that's what they are working on right now so that people will amass wealth with it. So now one thing is that if you understand that, you need to now find a company. And the company that we found that are doing that is Intelligence Prime Capital Limited. Now, in the forex market, we contend with two people, the broker and the liquidity provider. The broker and the liquidity provider, they're always like the same. They all want you to fail in the forex market. But does that mean that people don't make it in forex market? People make it. That's what so many people are doing forex. They are there. Even your former the one that have already, the former emir, was talking about how he sits on his own couch and trade forex and make more money than people who are going out. So there are people who trade forex. There are people who make money from that. But you know that when you are trading as an individual, you are contending with two devils. That's what I call them, because why I call them devils is because they don't have your best interest at heart. That's the broker and the liquidity provider. But now, when we look at it now, we have a company that is a broker. And it has a kind of broker that is not interested in the success of the people because they make money through commission, which is the A-book broker. That's what the company is all about. They need more fund to trade. And the more fund they have, the more money they make because the more commission they make. So they need people to succeed. And when people fail, they lose. That's their kind of broker. When we researched on that, that's why we decided, we are going to do that. This company is a Canadian company. He has obtained his regulatory license from the Canadian Financial Regulatory Agency. Are you getting? They have, what they call the digital management license. That's from 2021 to 2024. So they are coming globally to the extent that they move and then be in other countries of the world. They are registered in Canada. You can see it here as the registration code and all that. And then they registered fully, and then they registered the Financial Transactions and Report Analysis Center of Canada. We call them FinTrack. That's the name they are registered in. Their registration span from 2001 to 2021 to 2024. So we are looking at that, in the next, 3 years or so, or 2 years, they will still be here with their license, but the license will expire after then. But up to now, we're still looking at, they still have a long license to go. Yes, that license will be renewed. And at that point, we'll begin to look at it. Then because you can do a search on that to look about FinTrack, go online, and there's a link for that too. And then where they registered or not. Then they registered in US, which is called the money services business. If you want to run in US as a money service business, you have to register in this digital assets regulatory license. No matter where you are regulated from, US is not interested. They need to be. So we call them FinCEN, the Federal Crime Enforcement Bureau. It's an agency under the US Department of the Treasury. So they report to the Treasury Department. Or else, if you want to do it in US, you use VPN. That means US is not allowed. So based on that fact, it doesn't care whether it's Canada, Australia, or UK, or wherever. That's not US problem. US, you must register as this, or else you don't operate in US. And because they have that, that makes it easier for people in US to do the business without fear, without us. Because if anything happened, there will be consequences. Remember, it's not a financial advice. I'm just telling you what I found out. I found out more about the money service business and every other thing that they registered in other countries. And you can see US people are really trooping into this, doing it and all that. In Australia, they're registered at the Australian Securities and Investment Commission, the ASIC. That's good. That's where they, as broker, they registered in other thing where they just like our own SEC here and some other things. That's what they did there. Australia Security and Investment Commission registry search details. You can look at what they registered and then their broker license and every other license they have there too in Australia. So let's forget about who owns and all that, because me, I don't know the owner of my bank, but the bank that I operate, but I still operate with it. All I just want to be sure that they are regulated, they have the license that I need, and once that is okay for me, I'm fine. The owner doesn't cut out for me. So now what you need for you to be part of this platform is the world-class platform called MT4, not MT5. If you go to the Apple Store or iOS Store to go and download, you see MT4 and MT5. What you need to download is MT4. So now the reason why you will choose this company is because they are very good, and all you have to do is to choose any of the three that is good for you. But for me, there is no brainer aspect of it is the generous boat. I don't know if you want to make money fast or you want to make it slow. But now for me, I want to make it big, because now if you want to make it big, you go for the generous boat. That's what we recommend. Yes, you can go for the smart boat. You have little money to buy it. That's 19.90, the brilliant boat. But the no-brainer for me is the generous boat. That means you need $100 to buy this boat. And now, do you know the best part of it? It's a one-time payment. It's not a yearly payment. You're not going to be paying yearly. You just obtain the boat and it will continue to trade for you. Now, one thing I understand about this time is that these people have removed the fears. The boat have actually designed to address the pain of traders. There are so many pain. Ask traders out there, ask them about the pain many of them are going through. You can put up a trade and then mistakenly that trade is running and you just leave it and move out. Before you come back, the market will just cross off and then kill off. If you didn't put up your stop loss and they'll take profit properly. That is it. People open trades for 1 week. And before you know it, that's it. So there is a lot of pain. It provides you the best and most relaxing trading experience. You are not disturbed. You are not the one going to the market and your head and everything is where you just trying to find out, hey, which one am I going to do and all that. We've checked their regulations. They are okay. They are regulated. We check their papers. They are fine. That's what we do. And then we begin to trade on it. And many of us have traded, make withdrawals. We find out, oh, everything is fine. And that's what we are doing. So it provides you the best way that you relax and works for you. 5 days every week, it performs comprehensive analysis and market condition at any time and do trading for you. You are not in any way, there's so much going on in the head of a trader that if you make one mistake, I had one of my friends who is a forex trader, he's trading very well, but he was having issues in his house and so many things that he was thinking about. Do you know that guy blew up the trade of people just because of that? His mind was not settled. And before he knows, I was asking him, you're a good trader, what happened? Look, he was explaining to me what really happened and all that. I felt for him because it has happened to so many people like that who are trading. If your mind is not settled, so the pain, that anxiety, that time of you thinking, how can I set up this? Is already off there. So now the best thing for you to do is to move into the AI analysis because you don't need the manual trading anymore. Because the manual trading gives you a lot of emotion that can affect trading and cause mistakes. There's a lot of emotions. You are unable to achieve accurate and fast analysis. Many may not be able to enter trades in time. And when they enter, when you are doing manual trading, you are on your own. Listen to me, you are fighting against the broker and the liquidity provider. But when it becomes the boat, it do more. It come in and do the trade for you. That's the reason why we decide to be part of this. Because we know that when you put, I've been talking with the company as well, we've been having some meetings, I've been going back and forth, trying to really understand some certain things. Despite that, I'm still saying that it's not a financial advice. Because whatever I'm trying to do, yes, is for the interest of the community, to be sure that I'm on the right path, but not that I'm doubting or anything, but at the end of the day, this is business. So you need to understand that there are rules too. Are you getting? So the company is now planning on trading there. They're going to trade on foreign exchange, gold, commodity, oil, cryptocurrency. They're coming up with other boats that are going to trade, because in MT4, you can actually trade all these things there. So they want to get things that will be able to be trading on different aspects. But for now, they are in FS, in the foreign exchange. That's what they're trading mainly right now. So now, remember when I talk about all types of trades. So we are looking at the analytics system and all that. That's what you need to do and all that. So now let's go to the business model of this trade. How do you come in? Remember I said you pay 99.90. That's the amount for the boat. And after paying that, what do you need to do next? All you have to do is to choose how much you want to pay up. Then you can pay in maybe $100. That's the minimum. That means you have $200 to enter. The $200, $100 for the boat, $100 for your trade. But in this community, we agreed at least $1,000. That's what I'm going to show you in the compound interest calculator. Do you know why I want to use the calculator to explain that at the end of the day? Is because people can lie. People can lie, but calculators don't. So I'm going to show you that in a simple compound interest calculator, to show you some certain things that I want to show. Because anytime you put 2 plus 2 in a calculator, it will show you 4. But at times, some people will say 2 plus 2 is 44. Or whatever, 22, whatever. They'll just be arguing it. It's not 2 and 2, that making it 22. But in calculator, it's always 4. So I'm going to do that where you go. So now when you come in at this point, the point remains that you have the right to trade, to market this boat, or become an investor. That's one thing I love about it. There's no recruiting required for you to make money here. You can either register and then you go. Remember that I said we have low fees. You can just pay $100, no low entry fee, $100 to come in, $100 to buy the boat. That's $200. If you don't have much, like 500, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 to join, you can join as little using the simple compound interest I'm going to show us, and then to move forward in the business. And no monthly fee. You are not paying any fee. You are only paying commission to the company for trading for you. That's based on money they have made, not from money they have not made. Remember that. The 20% fee you are paying the company is based on what they've made. So I love that aspect very well. So, your money making is up to 45%. That's 30 to 45% every month. So, there's more emphasis on investment than recruiting in this business, because it's all about people to come and make investment and make money. If you now decide you want to tell someone about it, it's a choice. It's not because your money depends on that person registering. Are you getting? That's one thing I love about it. So as I'm going to explain this thing, one thing I love again about the forex trading, as I explain this, the both system bonus here, is transparency. You can check everything. There are so many third-party systems for you to check everything that happens on your trade. There's transparency. I've given us about 2 or 3 third-party systems that we can use to check what is happening in our boat, the trade, the time of trade, when they trade, and everything, and how much you're supposed to make. So you see the money there and know that, okay, this is the money I'm supposed to make when this time happened, when this happened. Remember, they make with commission. But you need to see those things. It's transparent. Now, when you now join as the boat, you buy the boat systems only apply to first level referrals. I love that. There is nothing like second level and third level for the money of the boat. It's only first level. That is, if I register you now, or you register someone right now, the person buy the boat, 9.99, so you get 10%, that's $9 something plus something. So the other money still go back to the company because they use it to still make more money. That's what sustains the company. Can you see? So they didn't say, okay, money of the boat, they will now, give it almost to 15 levels. At the end of the day, the $100 is gone. Okay, because one thing is that if I want to do something with any company, no matter how regulated, I find out how are you making money. Because the company needs to be in business for me to continue making money, for them to continue trading for me. So now they take 9.9 and take the other one and keep. That's their own. And people, you know how many thousands of people coming into the company every day? Almost 3,000 to 5,000 people coming every day. Then calculate how much they are making on daily basis from the boat alone. So now only 10% go to you. So the referrer will receive 10% of the boat from the system bonus. Any purchase made through direct referrals, that's exactly what you get. Direct referral again. If you put in money, depending on your system, where you are, that's whether you are a leader, I'm going to show us that. That's when you now get money from that person directly. But you can get from 5% to 10%, depend on your position. We have leader, then we have the one they call supervisor, we have the one they call senior manager, we have departmental manager, we have regional manager, we have managing director, and then we have supervisor. I think that's the one that we have there. So it depends on which one that you are in, that you go, okay, look at it. Then we have the shower with the stair. So now, when it gets to the next level, we talk about the sponsor bonus only applies to the first level of referral. The referrer will receive a percentage of the sponsorship bonus depending on his or current ranking. That's when the person put the money. Now your ranking determines what you get. And they don't give more than 10% no matter your rank. They are very conservative. They want to make sure that the money they are putting into trade, not because they want you to go and they now decided to divide everything like that. They just want to make sure that the money goes into the system and trade, and not for it to be shared abroad. Scatter it everywhere. Before you find out, being in system, where you will come in, they pay referral commission up to many levels, and then they still put what they call binary commission on one side. So immediately somebody register, before you know, you see binary commission, you see referral commission, the money will come. You yourself will be afraid. They have just finished the whole money and the thing went up like that. People are earning to infinity. So how will they sustain this thing? So you are afraid doing the business already. In doing the business, you are thinking, this thing, I'm not sure. That's how we know businesses. And when I see something like that, no matter how good you are, I know this thing cannot be sustained. The money they are sharing here is too much. So we need to think about it properly. But this is not that way. So it depends on your level. That's when we shall only first level, both for the boat and for this. But what you now make more is for those who are now building the business. And you still earn money from the 20% that the company is taking, not from the person. This is absolutely no-brainer. That is awesome. I didn't see it before, but once I finished finding out, I said, good, that is it. So now, look at it now. If you become a ranking member, your rank is from leader. Leader, what do you need to rank? You need a personal investment of at least $100. And then you need a personal sales of $500. And then you need a group sales of 1,000. You become a leader. That's when you start earning from level 1. Commission, that means you can only earn level 1. But when you become supervisor, you enter level 2. And what does it take to be a supervisor? For those who want to remember, we make more emphasis on investment than recruiting. But there is more for you. You can build this business. As long as you believe in it, you can share with your family and friends. And once you do that, you have something to gain. Yes, that is good. But remember, it's only on the first level. But as you are moving, you begin to expand your tentacles to earn from the 20% of the commission that the company is making. That means you are sharing from the company's commission. Now, when you become a supervisor, you need $500. Your personal investment in the company should be $500. So your personal sales, that's 1,000. That means you may bring one person that register 1,000, or two, another that register for 500, or even 5 people that register to 200. And then they will now go on their own and register 3,000. Now, it can be that you register 3 people that register 1,000. It now counts for you as personal sales and group sales at the same time. So you become a supervisor. So if you want to become a senior manager, you have to at least have 1,000, and then you have a personal sales of 3,000 and a group sales of 10,000. That gives you level 3. That means you can earn level 3. You look on my left, you see the commissions that you get, because the 20% is turned into 100% and it's shared. So you know the percentage that we'll get from that percentage. Now that's the senior manager. But if you are now a departmental manager, that's the next one after senior manager, you need to have an investment of 3,000. That's your own personal. That one is a must. Personal investment is a must. You can get personal sales and group sales. If your personal investment is not up to that amount, you can't move. The volume will still be there for you until you fulfill your own obligation. Then you move to the next part. So department, you need 3,000, and then you need 5,000 personal sales, and then the group sales of 30,000. Regional is 5,000, then 10,000 personal sales and 100,000 group sales. And then the best two is the managing director and the shareholder. The two of them, you need at least $10,000 personal investment, and then personal sales of 30,000 for managing director and 100,000 for shareholder, and then 300,000 group sales and $1 million group sales. Why do I say the two is just the best? Because you start sharing from the company's profit. That means some of the profit they make from their own trade, some profit they make from the $100 and all that, they bring out some profit and begin to share with the managing directors and the shareholders. The more managing directors they have, the more the money go down. Although they are making more money every month, if you look at inside your account, you see where they put global sales profit. That's the one they are going to share. So they divide it into two and share it with the managing directors and shareholders. That is apart from the money you are making for every week from those that are making money and you are being paid for it. So with that, you can really make a plan. With that, you can plan for yourself. With that, you can do a whole lot. With that, you can buy a lot of coins. You can build your business to the next level. That's what we talk about. So now I want to stop here now. For next time, we'll move forward. Let me get to the compound interest that I talked about. Remember, I said that the computers don't lie. The calculators don't lie. So whenever we make a calculation, we get exactly the same thing. So let me go ahead and show you something right now. So all right, welcome now. We're now in the compound interest. I want to use that. This is the compound interest calculator. But now let me use we have the calculator daily compounding. We have the forest compounding. So we are going to use forest compounding because we want to talk about forest, right? So that's what we're going to use now. Now, based on what we are doing, we know that our commission that we've gotten from this, at least every week, we are looking at 6 to 7% weekly. But now I'm going to under-promise and over-deliver. Let me do it that way. So now let's take it at 4.5%. Are you getting? Let's use 4.5% at least. That's what we're making. 4.5%. No, not the percentage, sorry. This is not a percentage. I'm going to put the money there. Okay, we are looking at 1,000 minimum. So let's put at 1,000. Yes, some people will do less later. So what's the percentage? They are looking at 4.5 weekly. So he's putting monthly here. It's going to be weekly. I will post this link to the members group so you can use it to the calculation. And then now let's say, okay, we want to, in this business now, there's one thing I already tell people. It's just that people who talk to me, I just tell them, I said, okay, you know what? Put the money you want to put right now. And then in the next 3 months, you will be in profit, big profit. Then you can take that out, put it back into crypto or wherever you got this money from. Maybe the money you put here is not even from crypto, it's from somewhere else. Then you take it back to that place back, and then you start playing with the money. Then with this compound interest, you can now say, okay, this is what I want to do right now. Then you are bringing some, you are putting it to crypto as you are going to do. And some people said, okay, I have enough to do with my crypto. This money I bring out here, I want to compound it here. When I've already gotten it in 2 or 3 months, I've gotten my money back. So for that reason, I want to place. That's why I said, don't say, oh, let me try with $100. Let me try with this. No, put the money you want to put now. In 3 months' time, get it out. You already gotten your money back. Then now you can play with what we call house money. Then you can do what I'm about to do here right now. Then now, let's say, okay, you compound it. Let's say, and said, okay, I'm going to do that for 3 years. Are you getting? Then now, and then you look at the compounding is weekly because the money is made weekly. And then if you have any money that you are adding back into the system, okay, fine. Or you said, okay, I don't want to add any money into this. Now, maybe even if you make maybe like $100 in a month or 200, you can say, okay, let me put this $200 every month. Listen, wealth is about calculation. If you come into something without proper calculation, that's why people don't make it in life. They come into something as if they are playing. But when we come into something, we come in business like-mindedly. We know what we are looking for. With little money, you can amass wealth. There are so many things I'm doing right now that I have already arranged myself. This is what I'm going to do in this. This is what I'm going to do. But in crypto and in everything, I have a plan. I have focus. If you don't know where you are going, everywhere will look like it. Someone will come tomorrow and say, there's one car. If you see that car, very beautiful. That's what, is it the time? Car is not, to me, car is not a luxury. It's a necessity. But it's not, it may not be in your plan at that time. So you don't, because you see money, then you rush and follow the person. I don't see car as a luxury. Everybody needs to have it, but not everybody will drive car. But how I wish everybody will, because I can't see a husband looking at the wife with pregnancy and going to the maternity without a car, or carrying your children and entering Okada and entering keke. It's a necessity. But you need to plan your way to it. Not when you just have the first money, the next thing is the car. It doesn't make sense. So you plan. Now, you put it and said, okay, I don't want to put any money, just I want to play on this house money and all that. Then I have money pushing into my crypto and do everything as you are trying to do. Then you said, okay, based on this, you are going. Now, let's calculate. If you do that in 3 months, in 3 years, you are going to get $959,000, almost $1 million. You are not adding any money again. That means you've gotten your money and you are doing that. Now the question, what if they don't last up to 3 years? Okay, what if they don't last up? Because that's what we say, what if they don't last up to 3 years? Okay, now as they are going, if you look at it here now, you can decide to start, because this thing is showing the money that you can make, your earnings per month. So now, as you are compounding and compounding, that means your earning is growing. So now you can get up to, let's say, 6 months' time, or let's say in 6 months' time, this is what you are earning. As you earn that money, instead of you to compound it, you can decide to get it because your money has already grown to 3,140. So this money that earn here, 2,000 plus, you can now keep it. In 7 months, you said, okay, let me withdraw some money and do some other things. I'm not compounding that together. But now you can say, okay, maybe let me compound after 3 months now till next year. So and so time, and then I'll just take my money out of the business. Or maybe you just get to compound, get to Christmas period, November, December, and then you take the money. But now, if we are getting the money out, putting it back in the crypto, you know, okay, this is how I'm going to do. When I'm getting this, I'm taking this week out for crypto. The other week, I compound it. This week out, the other week, I do this. But we are going to discuss on that because you need to know where to put it so that you not go and put it in a coin that will just take the money out again. You not say, I wish I would have leave it where it was so that it will continue to compound for me. That's the reason why you need to know what will do, the time to go, so that the timing will be right. So that you will not just get in because you want to get in because you feel that's the right thing for you to do. Now you can decide, okay, now imagine that somebody doesn't have more of this. Maybe, okay, let's say some people have maybe like more than up to $3,000. So let's use the same calculation to look. I'll still go down to maybe 500. That's 2 something million, 2.8 something million dollars. Now, that's just $3,000 if you continue to compound. Now, you have, remember what I said, you can compound to a point where you get, even when you compound to a point and say, look, at so and so month, maybe we'll go down. If you compound and get to a point, maybe if you compound in the next few months, you start every day, you are making compounding, but there is a day you start making almost $3,000. But you can say, okay, based on the time I'm doing this money like this now, I'm going to be getting this money every month. I'll just take up my 3,000. You just have to find a way to get your capital out. From there, you start building wealth. Listen, riches, you can stumble into it, but you can't stumble into wealth because wealth is a process. Without the process, forget it. If you don't take care of tomorrow, today, tomorrow will come and you find out that you have not done anything. That's the reason why it's good for you to know what you are going to do. Maybe you can start small. Maybe we are seeing that maybe you just have only $500 to start. If you don't have extra to add to it, maybe you have only 500. So let's see how it is. Because you are doing, calculation for let's say for 3 years. But there will be a time when you begin to see how much you are making per week. And then you said, okay, let me withdraw this money. I'm sorry for that, 4.5. This is the last one I'm going to do. 3 years, it can be 2 years. You can do your own 1 year. You can do whatever and all that. Okay, compound. That's 3 years. Okay, it's weekly. Weekly compound. We are compounding weekly. No. Okay, compound daily. No wonder. I was seeing something different. This is not forest, sorry. I was seeing something different. It was another compounding. I was seeing the 4.5 or $500, I mean. I'm trying to do the small one. The percentage is 4.5 we are using if we are getting lowest, and the 4.5 is weekly. And then for 3 years, and your compounding is weekly, sorry. All right, so now no other money you're adding to the system, but if you want to be adding money every week, you put at it at 500. So you are getting 497,000 just with $500. You are not doing anything. $500 can even make somebody to be a millionaire in Naira, multiple millionaire. But now, for people in 3 years now, $500, some people must have wasted enough. They will say, whatever, this system stay like that. This is a broker. I'm not saying they're going to stay that 3 years, but I know that at least they're going to be here because at least their license is 2024. But you need to have a plan. I don't want us to see this as one of those money games. You want to know, this is plan. You need to, if you don't plan wealth, forget it. You can't get it. I've been in this terrain for a long time, how to plan your way to wealth. And I've found out that it's a process. It doesn't happen to anybody by chance. So you just have to do. So that's one of the things we are going to be doing in our members training. So we bring up a template. We bring up ways. How do you do it based on your destiny? Where are you going from here? What do you want to achieve? Why are you doing this? So once you get that, it will make it easier for you to start following through. But you need to start now. All you just have to do, get back to the person who gave you this video to watch, and then ask the person for a link to do your registration, or the person who asked you to be on this call tonight. Get a link. Start now. Stop being afraid. Listen, even to eat is risk. To stay in your house is a risk. Houses have fell. Do you understand? And fall on people. People have sat on chairs and the chair broke and they fell down and they're in the hospital. There is nothing that we do in this life that is not risk. And it takes you risky for you to be wealthy. If you are not a risk taker, forget it. You can't be wealthy. You can never be. That's why you see people, when they just fail at one thing, they move into another thing, they move. And before you know it, they are more wealthy than those who are conservative. I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. And they stay in their state. So all you just have to do now is get involved right now and then come into the members area. Let's start up a plan. By next week, we are starting up our plan. I just want to give us a preview of what we're about to do so we can really think properly. On the other side, on the flip side, which is crypto, and on this place, what we need to do so we can guide you through and keep you focused. Thank you, and God bless you. I think, boss, you can take it away from me from here. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.